Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurum Nilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Nama. Nityananda Aham Nomi Sarvananda Karam Param Harinama Pradam Devam Avaduta Shiromani. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataruvasya Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnamebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripa tamaham bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram. Hare Krishna. So today we will be discussing about this verse. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 8th chapter, 69th verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay. Nanopachara krita pujanamarta bandho.
Nanopachara krita pujanamarta bandho.
Premnaiva bhakta hridayam sukha vidrutam syat.
Premanaiva bhakta hridayam sukha vidrutam syat.
Yavat kshudasti jathare jaratha pipasa.
Yavat kshudasti jathare jaratha pipasa.
Tavat sukhaya bhavato nanubhakshyapeye.
Tavat sukhaya bhavata nanubhakshyapeye.
Okay, anyone else? Nanopachara krita pujanamarta bandho.
Nanopachara krita pujanamarta bandho.
Premneva bhakta hridayam sukha vidrutam syat.
Premnaiva bhakta hridayam sukha vidrutam syat.
Yavat kshudasti jathare jaratha pipasa.
Yavat kshudasti jathare jaratha pipasa.
Tavat sukhaya bhavato nanubhakshape.
Tavat sukhaya bhavato nanubhakshape.
Okay. Word to word translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Nana upachara. Anyone can repeat?
By nana upachara.
By varieties of offerings.
By varieties of offerings.
Krita.
Krita.
Performed.
Performed.
Pujanam.
Pujanam.
Worshipping.
Worshipping.
Artavandho.
Artavandho.
Of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Who is the friend of all the distressed persons.
Who is the friend of all distressed persons.
Premna.
premna,
by ecstatic love.
by that love.
Eva,
Eva,
indeed.
indeed.
Bhakta Hridayam,
Bhakta
the
Hridayam,
heart of a devotee.
the heart of a devotee.
Sukha Vidrutam,
Sukha Vidrutam,
melted in transcendental bliss.
melted in transcendental bliss.
Syat,
Jat
becomes.
becomes
Yavat,
Yavat,
as long as.
as long as.
Kshut,
Shut,
appetite.
appetite.
Asti,
Asti,
there is.
there is.
Jathare,
Jatare,
in the stomach.
in the stomach.
Jaratha,
Jaratha,
strong.
strong.
Pipasa,
Pipasa,
thirst.
thirst.
Tavat,
Tavat,
so long.
so long.
Sukhaya,
Sukhaya,
for happiness.
for happiness.
Bhavataha,
Bhavata,
are.
nanu,
Indeed.
indeed.
Bhakshya,
Bhakshya,
eatables.
eatables.
Pay,
Pay,
and the drinkables.
and drinkables.
Okay, translation. Ramananda Rai continued, as long as there is hunger and thirst within the stomach, varieties of food and drink make one feel very happy. Similarly, when the Lord is worshipped with pure love, the various activities performed in the course of that worship awaken transcendental bliss in the heart of the devotee. Hare Krishna. So this is a verse spoken by Ramananda Rai to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This comes in Madhya Leela. It speaks very, very essential points. We have also taken another verse, the next verse. We'll discuss that also in the subsequent discussion. So we see here Ramananda Rai is comparing our devotional service with an example or analogy or with pipasa. Okay, so this is pipasa. Okay, how many of you know what is pipasa? This is mentioned thirst, right? So this is called thirst or hankering. So Ramananda Rai is telling to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Lord Chaitanya is asking Ramananda Rai, what is the essence of life? And Ramananda Rai is telling that the essence of life is to do the duties, to do all the duties that that is recommended in scriptures. Now, what is the duty recommended in scripture? Oh, you take care of your family, take care of your son, take care of your daughter, take care of your wife, take care of your husband, take care of your father, take care of your mother, and do all the duties centered around Krishna. So, first Ramananda Rai says, so there is duties and there is Krishna, and you do all the duties keeping Krishna in the center. That is the essence of life. That is what is the goal of human form of life, to do all our material duties keeping Krishna in the center. But then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejects this proposal by Ramananda Rai. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that this proposal, what Ramananda you are telling, is external, because how come spirituality have the basis of materialism? Are you able to see here? This is what Ramananda Rai describes as spirituality. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that now spirituality has to be something spiritual. And what you are telling is doing material duties in a spiritual way. How come that be spirituality? I don't agree. This is external spirituality. This spirituality which you are telling, Ramananda, is external spirituality, because you are telling me to do my material duties in a spiritual way. Okay, ठीक है, I will do my material duties in a spiritual way, but it is very external spirituality. That's what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comments. This is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who says that this is external spirituality. You tell something which is spiritual, and then Ramananda Rai tells to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so this is external spirituality, but what is spirituality is to hear about the Lord, is to speak about the Lord, and to render devotional service to the Lord. So then with this, Ramananda Rai answers, so spirituality is about rendering devotional service to the Lord. Serving the Lord, doing some offerings to the Lord, chanting the holy names of the Lord, hearing about the glories of the Lord. This is actually the spirituality, and this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, yes, this is correct information. This is right, that spirituality means it has to be spiritual. It has to be related with spirit. It cannot be related with the material duties. And you will see that most of the people, 99% of the people, their conception of spirituality is based on this only. Correct? How many of you agree with this point? That most of the people, their conception of spirituality is what Ramananda Rai says in the beginning, that material duties को अगर spiritual way में कर लिया हमने, that is essence of life, that is what is spirituality. But Ramananda Rai says no, spirituality has its unique position, right? And that is devotional service to the Lord. Now the problem is, to render devotional service to the Lord, it is not so easy. Why it is not so easy, we will discuss about. Where do I write? Yeah, I will write. I will write here. There is some space here. So we will discuss in today's class need and greed. Okay. So generally our needs are based on our identity. You will see a boy will need what? लड़का को क्या चाहिए? Oh, all of you are confused. लड़का को क्या चाहिए? हाँ? हाँ?
पार्टनर चाहिए,
लड़की चाहिए. The boy needs a girl, huh? And the girl needs a boy. Like Shankaracharya writes that balyavastha krida sakta. One who is a balya, one who is in child period, then he needs krida asakta. He is wanting only to play. Tarunavastha taruni sakta. जैसे ही थोड़ा बड़ा हो जाता है, तुरंत लड़की कहाँ है, लड़की कहाँ है, लड़की कहाँ है, लड़का कहाँ है, लड़का कहाँ है, लड़का कहाँ है. There people will start searching, right? Tarunavastha taruni sakta. So based on what is the identity, our need is fixed. If you identify as a boy, you need a girl. If you identify as a child, then you need playing. You identify as a student, you need books. So based on identity, our needs are determined, and when these needs finally become greed, like a person knows that without money I cannot purchase any of the commodities of the world. He needs the commodity of the world, and that's why he wants money. And then after getting money, he becomes greedy about the money, right? So need is based on the identity, right? And that need becomes finally greed. Now, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking Ramananda Rai, Ramananda, you are telling me that the essence of life is devotional service, but problem is, no one would want that. There is no need. Like for example, for 1 month, you didn't come for satsang chanting, and for 2-3 years, 1 year you didn't come for yatra, and you didn't attend some classes. We don't feel, मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ बहुत कुछ हो जाता है हमारे साथ. Life goes on, correct? But for 1 day you didn't took prasadam, what will happen? Is there any difference? 1 week you didn't attend satsang class, or 1 week 1 year you didn't come for yatra, and 1 day you didn't took prasad. What's the difference? Can anyone say?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Dandavad.
Yes.
Actually, Prabhuji, we are not giving 200% of priority. This is priority, this is a need. We are not taking.
No, I just don't answer philosophically. I'm just asking based on the example. Philosophy we will discuss later. So I am. Okay, what is the difference?
Prasadam is essential.
Huh? Yeah.
Prasadam is essential for
Okay.
life.
Prasadam is essential for life. Satsang class is not essential for life.
Probably, one day if we don't get prasadam, we'll start feeling weak.
Yes. Very good. So this is the first point, a very important point, that if we don't take prasadam, we immediately start feeling weak. Okay? There are signals. There are signals. What all different places you get signal? What is the first signal that you get?
Stomach.
Stomach. क्या बोलते हैं इन हिंदी जैसे ना, चूहे पटर चुटर पेट में चूहे कूद रहे हैं. चूहे कूदते हैं कि नहीं पता नहीं, बट चुट आवाज आने लग जाता है. सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज देयर आर सम सिग्नल्स ऑफ पेट में चूहे आएगा, टुक 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 करेगा पेट. फिर उसके बाद दिस एपिगैस्ट्रिक रीजन में पेन होने लगेगा बहुत. इट्स कॉल्ड हंगर पैंग. ऐसा होगा. एंड देन you feel like eating, and third signal can be you become angry, because if you are hungry then you are angry also, so you become angry. So that there are different signals, and then finally you become weak. वो एक दिन पूरा नहीं खाया तो you feel weak and all those things. So there are quite a number of signals that makes us immediately remember about the need. Correct? तुरंत हमको याद आ जाता है, अरे खाना खाना है. Yes, how many of you agree with this? Now, the problem is, for the spiritual need, there is no immediate response of the body. How many of you think that if you don't chant Hare Krishna, the stomach will make some sound? How many of you think if you don't attend satsang class, you go, oh, I didn't attend satsang class today.
I don't think so.
Yes?
We don't think.
We don't think. Neither you think nor the body thinks. And that is how I will tell you in the 13th chapter is very essential. The 13th chapter, Krishna describes the body as, yes, anyone? In the 13th chapter, Krishna describes the body as
Yantra.
नहीं.
Kshetra, Prabhu
Kshetra, very good. Kshetra, very good. Kshetra. So field, the field and the knower of field. Kshetra, kshetragyo. Yeah. So the body is described as kshetra, and kshetra means what? That kshetra which is designed to make us forget spirituality. So you need to first understand that the body and the bodily needs are completely diametrically opposite to the spiritual need. The body is given to you. Whatever bodies all of you have got, whether you have got a male body, female body, child body, or all these whatever different types of bodies we see, 84 lakh species in this world, these bodies have got and they are designed to make us forget Krishna. That means if I have to remember Krishna, I have to put extra endeavor. By default, if you just let yourself loose, you will have no impetus. Your body will have no signals for practicing spirituality. Neither the body will have signal for as a repentance for not practicing spirituality, because the body is designed for material things. And the worst part is we identify with body. Body. So we are identifying with our body, and because we are identifying with our body, the bodily needs are so prominent. The bodily signals are so prominent. You are feeling sleepy, that sleep signal is so prominent. You are feeling hungry, that hunger signal is so prominent that it completely overpowers the signals of the soul in a system. The soul is also giving signal, but it is completely overpowered because the bodily signals are very, very prominent in the material life. And here Ramananda Rai is telling a very interesting thing, that until and unless, just like the bodily signals and bodily thirst, bodily hankering and bodily needs are very, very prominent, and that's how makes a person to eat, makes a person to take care of the body, the soul signal is not there at all. And that's how we are not inspired by ourselves to take care of the soul. We have to have one stick behind us. Correct? How many of you think we need to have a stick behind us? How many of you? Let's take an vote. That let us say that Sri Nitai Das gives an option that some people can come at 5:15 in the morning for chanting, and some people you have an option that you can directly come at 6:30. How many will come at 5:15? Yes. Let us say that right now we give an option कि 4:30 मंगल आरती होता है ISKCON temples में. So you can either come at 4:30 for the Mangal Aarti, or else you directly come for the chanting at 5:30 in the morning. How many will appear in the Mangal Aarti and how many will appear at 5:30 in the chanting?
5:30.
Yes. Let us say, we say that okay, either you can come at 4:30 or you can come for the 5:30 in the chanting in the temple, or you can chant in your room at 5:30. How many of them will get up at 5:30 in their room?
Oh, we have get up. We sleep.
And then it is said that 5:30 you have to come and take breakfast, because the cooks are going away and they have to cook the breakfast very early in the morning. Then they have to cook lunch, and after lunch they will go away for their Durga Puja holidays. So you have to come at 5:30 for the breakfast, and 5:30 to 6:30 we will wind up the breakfast. And you have an option that you can come for the breakfast or not come for the breakfast.
वो 5:15 में ही आ जाएंगे.
5:15 में ही आ जाएंगे, correct. 5:15 में ही आ जाएंगे. So now here is the problem of what Ramananda Rai is telling. रामानंद राय इज टेलिंग ए वेरी सिंपल थिंग. इसको समझने में, ये श्लोक समझने में बिल्कुल असुविधा नहीं है. व्हाट रामानंद राय इज टेलिंग, यू सी, रामानंद राय कंटिन्यू. एज लॉन्ग एज देयर इज हंगर एंड थर्स्ट विद इन द स्टोमक, वेराइटीज ऑफ फूड एंड ड्रिंक मेक वन फील वेरी हैप्पी. जब तक भूख है तो खाना अच्छा लगता है, भूख चला गया तो खाना अच्छा नहीं लगता है. And whenever till the time we have got this hunger, you feel happy taking the food, right? If there is no hunger, then the people take a lot of medicines to increase the hunger, increase the appetite, right? So, and then Ramananda Rai is comparing, just like there is hunger, similarly if there is hunger for the Lord. So here Ramananda Rai is telling, when there is hunger for the Lord, or greed to attain Krishna, when there is greed to attain Krishna, then 5:15 a.m. or the Brahma Muhurta is like 1 crore lottery. Yes, I have to get up, I have to go for Mangal Aarti, I have to chant Hare Krishna with devotees. Oh, and the face of Sri Nitai Das looks, oh Prabhu, you are looking so effulgent. I am able to see and I am able to chant with you. I am able to chant with the devotees. And if there is no hunger for Krishna, greed to attain Krishna, why did I join the satsang group? Correct? Yes? I think I made a mistake. So the hunger to attain Krishna, here Ramananda Rai is telling, the hunger, the greed to attain Krishna is what makes Krishna conscious activities pleasurable. So he is giving an example. He is telling, he is greed to attain Krishna, he is comparing with what? With what? Greed to attain Krishna he is comparing with what? Hunger and thirst. And pleasure is comparing with?
Transcendental bliss.
Yes, transcendental bliss, divine bliss. And Krishna conscious activities is comparing with?
Worship.
No, worship is Krishna conscious activity only.
Varieties of food.
Varieties of food, very good, varieties of food. Varieties of food. Is clear? So this verse is very clear now. Okay. Now the question is, we will go back to our first discussion. So now I'll just take a little bit, make you understand. So everyone is clear with this verse, what Ramananda Rai is telling? Very simple. Just like आप खाना खाते हैं, खाने के लिए अगर आपका एपिटाइट है, तो खाना खाना का जो एक्टिविटी है, कितना आनंद देगा. हम बोलते हैं ना, डॉक्टर लोग पूछते हैं कि आपका एपिटाइट है, तो सर एपिटाइट नहीं है, खाना खाने के लिए खा लेता हूं. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव हर्ड पीपल टेलिंग टू डॉक्टर्स, खाना खाने के लिए खा लेता हूं, एपिटाइट नहीं है सर. बिल्कुल नहीं है, खाना खाना मन नहीं करता है. आपने क्या मेडिसिन दे दिया, थ्रोट के पास एक मेटेलिक. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव टेकन एंटीबायोटिक, एंड टेकिंग एंटीबायोटिक इन द फ्लू जब होता है, या if you get a viral fever, you take antibiotic, and those antibiotic like azithromycin and all, it gives a metallic smell to your appetite, and whatever you eat, it will give you a metallic smell, and then you don't feel like eating, and then फिर कुछ चटनी खाते हैं, कुछ चटपटा खाते हैं, किसी तरह you regain the appetite. So Ramananda Rai is telling that appetite is very important for enjoying the fruits, enjoying the food items. Similarly, we can enjoy Krishna conscious activities when we have greed for Krishna. Now the question is, greed always comes from need, correct? We don't feel the need only of Krishna. What to speak of greed? Imagine Sri Nitai Das, okay, or any Sri Nitai Das. Then he said, someone is coming and telling to Sri Nitai Das, ki I will give you 1 crore rupees. I said, kya 1 crore? I'll give you 2 crore rupees. I said, what I will do 2 crore? But this 2 crore will come to your personal account. I said, I don't have personal account only. How will you give me 2 crore rupees? So if Sri Nitai Das doesn't have a personal account, can someone give 1 crore rupees or 2 crore rupees? So similarly, greed is that 2 crore rupees and need is that personal account. Greed actually needs the need. Without a need, you cannot have greed. First you have to feel the need, and when need becomes more and more and more, and what is greed basically? और चाहिए, और चाहिए, और चाहिए. Correct? लोभ का मतलब क्या होता है? और चाहिए. अभी कुछ चाहिए ही नहीं, तो और चाहिए कहां से आएगा? You're able to understand the logic? Okay, anyone can repeat what they understand? Yes, Bihari Govind.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, is like when I am not feeling, when I don't feel the need of having something, I want something, I want something, then I will not even feel to get the greed of, I'll not get the greed that I need it for. First of all, I don't need it only, then why will I get it?
Yeah, so if you don't need money in life, will you ever become greedy for money? At the first place, you don't need money only. So Ramananda Rai is speaking about greed for Lord. So we don't want need only Lord. हमको भगवान चाहिए ही नहीं, तो greed तो बहुत दूर है. And that's why today's class is entitled Need for Greed. So it is important that we first develop the need and understand the need for Krishna consciousness, and then we can develop greed for Krishna consciousness. Okay. Now we will give 4 situations. Okay, so I have pre-drawn 4 situations. We'll do a little bit of analysis. Okay. Okay, so we have some question by Sup Krishna Prabhu, then we'll do a little bit of analysis. Yes.
So in discussion of Kshetra, we neglected mind, we neglected Paramatma.
No, body includes everything. Body includes mind, body includes intelligence. Body means basically the subtle body and the gross body. So he is,
So at least let's say we don't chant or come for the class, but the repercussions mind gives, that is kind of disturbing. Or guilt.
Oh, so he is telling that guilt comes if we don't chant Hare Krishna and mind soars. Because you are in association of devotees. You go out of association of devotees, you don't chant Hare Krishna, you have hundreds of malls to be happy for. You don't feel like, that is because in association of devotees you are there. That's why you are having little bit of guilt and everything. You go out of association, nothing will happen. You try. Satsang is important. You try. I have seen people when they go out of association, how their color changes. ब्रह्मचारी का कलर बदल जाता है, व्हाइट हो जाता है, फिर व्हाइट होके फिर पहले व्हाइट होगा, पहले ऑरेंज से वो व्हाइट होगा, व्हाइट कुर्ता पहनने लग जाएगा, फिर व्हाइट कुर्ता से फिर शादी हो जाएगा, फिर शादी होने के बाद पत्नी बोलेगा अरे व्हाइट कुर्ता अच्छा नहीं लगता है, ब्लू पहनो, ग्रीन पहनो, रेड पहनो, काला पहनो, स्ट्राइप पहनो, फिर वो स्ट्राइप पहनेगा, फिर उसके बाद शर्ट पहनने लग जाएगा, फिर उसके बाद टी शर्ट पहनने लग जाएगा, फिर जीन्स पहनने लग जाएगा, फिर बरमूडा पहनेगा, फिर ऐसे अंडरवेयर पहन के घूम रहे हैं जैसे झापुर जी में घूमते हैं आजकल ऐसे घूमता रहेगा. तो अंडरस्टैंड दैट वी मे थिंक that I am feeling the need for chanting and all those things. That need is just, it has not come, and that's why this analysis is very, very important. So consider this body as a block of wood, metal, bada dhela, okay bada dhela right, and this body here is Krishna, Vrindavan Dham. Okay, and this distance you can say, let's say it is 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, just an example. Vrindavan Dham is much more far from us. Now you are given a task to slide this to this place. Okay. First of all, it will not go like that. It has to need some force. Okay. So what is required is some force. And beyond force, what else is required? Can anyone say?
Intention.
No, intention. Body to body hai. Kya intention? Body. Okay, direction is required. Very good. Force is a vector, so it's direction only. Yeah. Or what else?
Inertia.
Inertia. Very good. Inertia. So, to counteract the inertia, what is required?
Force. Desire.
Some lubrication is required. Right?
Prabhuji, external help.
हाँ, एक्सटर्नल तो है, चाहिए, आप ठेलेंगे उसको, बट आपने कभी देखा है कि फर्श अगर थोड़ा सा चिकना होगा, ठेलने में सुविधा होता है? थोड़ा सा बट इफ सेम चीज अगर हम व्हील्स लगा देंगे तो क्या होगा? How many of you agree? The first situation, this is situation number 1, this is situation number 2. How many of you agree situation number 2 का जो ठेला कम लगेगा एंड लुब्रिकेशन कम लगेगा और जल्दी पहुंचेगा?
Yes.
हाँ
Yes. It needs less force.
हाँ
It's easy.
यस. थर्ड सिचुएशन में क्या हुआ कि हमने एक बैटरी लगा दिया गाड़ी में.
तो और easy हो जाएगा.
हाँ
और easy हो जाएगा.
ओके. फोर्थ सिचुएशन में क्या किया, हमें सोलर पैनल लगा दिया.
सेम ही रहेगा.
हाँ?
और थर्ड एंड फोर्थ सिचुएशन
नहीं
ऑटोनॉमस
नहीं.
ऑटोमेटिक खत्म हो सकता है प्रभु.
हाँ.
सोलर पैनल.
Okay. Now, yes. All of you are good, educated people. You are able to understand. Yeah. So, you are able to understand that 1, 2, 3, 4, there is, first will be the maximum difficulty. Oh. Second will be little easy. Third will be chalega. And fourth will be easiest, correct? So now what kind of devotee you want to be?
Solar wala. Solar sign.
Okay, yes. Pavan Krishna Prabhu, what kind of devotee you want to be?
first one, but I want to be fourth one.
Huh? Sorry?
Currently I am first one, but I want to be fourth one.
Okay, currently it's the first one, but he wants to be the fourth one. Okay. So, if everyone is asked कि कौन सा गाड़ी आपको चाहिए, बॉडी तो एक गाड़ी है ना, ये सब बॉडी ही है. देखो, इन द बिगिनिंग आई सेड दैट दीज आर ऑल बॉडीज. सो किसी को अगर पूछेंगे तो कौन सा गाड़ी चाहिए, प्रभु जी ऐसा गाड़ी होगा रिफिल करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है प्रभु जी, और धुआं भी नहीं छोड़ेगा. रिफिल करने की जरूरत नहीं है, धुआं भी नहीं छोड़ेगा, बस बैठ जाओ, डेस्टिनेशन में पहुंचा दिया. दिस इज व्हाट एग्जैक्टली वी वांट, राइट? बस मैं बीड़ी बैग में हाथ घुसाया प्रभु जी, बस हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, 16 वाला ऐसे ही खत्म हो गया. पता ही नहीं चला प्रभु जी 16 वाला खत्म हो गया. I could not understand only how my 16 rounds got over. So, most of us want a fourth type of experience in our bhakti. But we need to understand that this fourth experience, if you want to get the fourth experience, you need to endeavor, right? To purchase a Alto 800, you may have to pay the price of 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs of rupees. But if you want to purchase a Tesla car, electric cars with solar panels studded in it, so you need to pay the price. So, coming back to our first discussion, if we want the need and if we want to transform the need to greed, we need to pay the price. And that's what Ramananda Rai says in the next verse. Okay, so we will go to the next verse and then we will discuss further on this analogy. Okay, is this clear? So we came to conclusion that all of us want a fourth type vehicle. This is most sought after. This vehicle is most sought after. But this vehicle, to get this vehicle, we need to pay the price. And then Ramananda Rai speaks the next verse. Okay, this verse is very famous verse. All of you know. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitamati
Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitamati
Kriyatam Jadi Kutopi Labhyate
क्रियतां यदि कुतोऽपि लभ्यते
तत्र लौल्यम् अपि मूल्य एकलं
तत्र लौल्यमपि मूल्यमेकलम्
जन्म कोटि सुकृतेर्न लभ्यते.
जन्म कोटि सुकृतेर्न लभ्यते.
Okay. Pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by pious activity in hundreds and thousands of lives. So you cannot get pure devotional service by performing any pious activity for hundreds and thousands of lives. It can be attained only by paying one price, that is intense greed, to obtain it. If it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay. Okay. So Ramananda Rai doesn't say where it is available. If it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay. Purport: the previous two verses are included in Padyavali, an anthology compiled by Rupa Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami. Verse 69 refers to, the verse 69 is what previous verse, refers to service in faith, and verse 70 refers to devotional service rendered in accordance with regulative principles. And the second refers to spontaneous loving service of the Lord without extraneous endeavor. Henceforward, the basic principle underlying the talks between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai will be spontaneous loving service to the Lord. The regulative principles according to the injunctions of the Shastras are necessary insofar as one's original dormant Krishna consciousness is not spontaneously awakened. Okay, we'll repeat. The regulative principles according to the injunctions of the Shastras are necessary insofar as one's original dormant Krishna consciousness is not spontaneously awakened. An example of spontaneous action is the flowing of rivers into the ocean. Nothing can stop this flow of water. Similarly, when one's dormant Krishna consciousness is awakened, it spontaneously flows to the lotus feet of Krishna without impediment. Whatever will be spoken henceforth by Ramananda Rai based on spontaneous love will be agreeable to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Lord will ask him more and more about the subject. Okay, so we will basically deal with this section, this part of the purport, that how the regulative principles according to the injunctions of the scriptures are necessary so long the original dormant Krishna consciousness is not awakened. So we'll go back to our discussion. So the force that is required to the body is the instructions and the injunctions of the scriptures. So there is some fear of the spiritual master or displeasing the spiritual master, or there is a fear of disregarding scriptures. So the instructions of Guru and the injunctions of Shastras, that is the force. And we get some lubrication through inspiration given by the devotees of the Lord, by sadhus. So we stay in association of devotees. Devotees bolte hain, "Arey theek hai Prabhuji." Sometimes the spiritual master becomes very angry on us and you are very, very disturbed. "Kya aise bol diya mere ko, डांट दिया जबरदस्त." And the devotee said, "नहीं नहीं प्रभु जी, आपको डांट जरूरत था प्रभु जी, आपको डांट खाना था प्रभु जी." And then we get little bit, ठीक है, मैं भी डांट खाता हूँ प्रभु जी। "ओ आप भी डांट खाते हैं, तो ठीक है, सब डांट खाते हैं." Then okay, ठीक है. So there is some lubrication there by the sadhus. But understand one thing, कि so long we will remain in this category of devotees where there is no sliding factor, we are just sliding, not rolling, then it will become very difficult to continue on devotional service. And that's why we need to develop the wills to go ahead, and that's why we need to have innocence to follow. Sometimes our mind and intelligence are so rebellious. We just don't want to follow. Whatever something is told, immediately the mind and intelligence starts analyzing, ये मैं नहीं कर सकता हूँ, ये मेरे को क्यों बोला गया है करने के लिए. And this rebellious attitude is what has brought us to this material world. We need to understand why we have come to this material world, because of this rebellious attitude. We want to rebel, and not practicing Krishna consciousness. The scriptures are telling, oh, you have to sleep early, get up early. The scriptures are telling the goal of life is chanting Hare Krishna and going back to Godhead. The scriptures are telling don't get attached to family, friends, and the money, wealth, and home. These are all products of illusion. But we are rebelling. No, 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 no. Scriptures may be telling, Guru may be telling, but I want this in life. This is called rebellion. But if a person is very innocent, he will say, oh, scriptures are telling, Guru is telling, Shastras are telling, don't get attached to this world. This is a product of illusion. Let me get attached to scriptures. Let me get attached to Guru. Let me get attached to sadhus. Let me chant Hare Krishna nicely. And let me follow the instructions of my Guru very sincerely. So that requires innocence. Right? So, if innocence is there, then it is easy for our body to accept or abide by the rules and regulations. But if innocence is not there, rebellion is there. For everything you keep on thinking, and then there will be a lot of difficulty. And the third one is that we need our personal swadhyaya also. You will see, when a person comes to this stage, he will himself run behind the spiritual master. Right? Like there is a song, O He Vaishnava Thakur, Dayara Sagar. So in that song it says, Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite par, ami to kangal, dhai taba pache pache. I will run behind you and attain you. So the battery refers to personal swadhyay. So one may say, okay, जब प्रभु जी बोलेंगे तब मैं भक्ति करूंगा. प्रभु जी बोलना थोड़ा बंद कर दिए, 2 महीने तक फिर भक्ति ढीला हो गया. फिर प्रभु जी चाबी घुमाए, फिर से चालू हो गया. यस प्रभु जी करना है, करना है. ये ज्यादा दिन टिकने वाला नहीं है. This is not going to continue for long. Because how long Prabhu ji will be remaining? How long the spiritual master will remain? Ultimately, spiritual master Bichara has also a material body. He may also have to leave. And that's how we see that when Srila Prabhupada left, so many disciples also left. Many of the gurus leave. They also, the disciples also leave Krishna consciousness. We need to understand that I have to practice Krishna consciousness. That understanding of I want to read the scriptures. I want to chant Hare Krishna nicely. So this we have to develop. And I need to follow the spiritual master. I need to follow the scriptures. Let me read the scriptures. Let me try to understand. Let me come up with some doubts. I didn't understand this. Right? And when we do that, then you will see that we will get reciprocations, or we can say interventions of Krishna in our life. And when Krishna intervenes in our life, you will be able to see Krishna's presence in your life. And then when you see Krishna's presence in your life, intervention in your life, and Krishna is directing my life, then Krishna consciousness becomes a very joyful. So in this stage, Krishna consciousness becomes a very joyful activity. But my point is, at least we need to come to this third stage of bhakti, where we understand that this is my personal responsibility. This is not spiritual master's responsibility to make me chant, make me get up in the morning. Some people are not able to get up in the morning. You take help of someone else. So we need to grow up and understand that this is my responsibility to practice bhakti nicely. This is my responsibility to become serious in devotional service. This is my responsibility to take help from those, just like here Ramananda Rai is telling, Tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam kahin se bhi kutopi labhyate. Kutopi labhyate means wherever you try to get it, one has to pay the price and get it. So we need to understand that this 1 and 2, where the spiritual master or the shastras are pushing you, this pushing business is not going to last long. You are not going to be pushed. After some time, the spiritual master will leave you. ठीक है, अभी बहुत परेशान कर लिया और ठेला नहीं मार सकता हूँ मैं. So before you frustrate the spiritual master, you need to come to the third stage where you understand that this is my personal responsibility. In the beginning, when you are attending Bhagavad Gita class or when you are coming new to Krishna consciousness, it is okay, we can give some little bit of push. We can little bit of push you, you chant Hare Krishna nicely, you chant attentively, you read scriptures and all. But after some time, it is very difficult to push. And personally, I am telling, from childhood, I have never allowed anyone to push me, and I also feel very frustrating to push anyone. And that's why I am telling all of you, if you really want to have a long-lasting relationship with me, then you have to come to at least third level. I can help all of you if you at least come to third level, where I am not just behind you, oh, karo re, karo re, karo re, karo re, why you are not coming, why you are not coming. You need to understand this responsibility that all of you have. Then only I can help you. Because beyond certain period of time, no push is going to help. You have to become serious. You have to attain Krishna. I have to attain Krishna for myself, and all of you have to attain Krishna. If you don't want to attain Krishna in this life, don't join this satsang group. This is what I am telling you, that if you really are serious about attaining Krishna, then you have to minimum come to the third level. In the beginning, when Bhagavad Gita class, you are expected, ठीक है, थोड़ा सा ठेला मार दिया, कुछ कर लिया, उसके बाद ठीक है, follow करने लग गया, फिर भी थोड़ा ठेला चाहिए. There is no question of ठेला. You have to take responsibility. If you are not able to get up, you take help of devotees. If you are not able to read yourself Srimad Bhagavatam, you take help of devotees, take help of Guru. You have to come up and take help. And if you are not ready to help, not ready, you need some push, then you need to find out someone who can push you. But I am telling you, I cannot push you. It is becoming difficult for me to push all of you. you need to either push yourself or find out someone who can push, and create a system, ecosystem of where each other help each other. Like we have created reading groups. So all the monitors and other people in the reading group should inspire each other to help each other to come for the class, to help each other to come for the book reading group. So what more I can do, I don't understand. If you don't come for yatra, if you don't come for chanting holy name, I don't know why you exist in ISKCON. Why we exist in ISKCON? Why we are existing in ISKCON if you don't want to chant Hare Krishna nicely, attentively, or we are not endeavoring to chant attentively, or we don't have a desire to chant, we don't want to attend classes. We need to really think, why I have come to ISKCON? Why I joined ISKCON? We have come to ISKCON to go to Vrindavan. And don't think that just ऐसे ही किसी तरह कुछ करके सबको दिखा के मैं भी चैंटिंग कर रहा हूँ हाथ डाल के बीड बैग में, you are going to go to Vrindavan. It's not, don't just cheat yourself. Let's not cheat ourselves. Let's be very practical. Let's be very logical, reasonable in our endeavors. So let's not cheat ourselves. Let's really become serious devotees and take personal responsibility. Just like you are taking responsibility of washroom. How many of you require a push by the husband or wife? जाओ टॉयलेट जाओ, टॉयलेट जाओ. बच्चों को हम भेजते हैं, करेक्ट? हाँ, हमने कितने लोग टॉयलेट जाओ. जैसे मैं जब छोटा बच्चा था, माय मदर सेड, तुम टॉयलेट किया कि नहीं? ही यूज्ड टू टेक अकाउंटेबिलिटी. मैं आज नंबर 2 किया कि नहीं, एंड गया कि नहीं, एंड देन अकाउंटेबिलिटी वाज टेकन. खाया कि नहीं, सुसु किया कि नहीं, टॉयलेट किया कि नहीं, स्नान किया कि नहीं. स्नान करना नहीं करेंगे बोलेंगे तो बच्चे स्नान नहीं करेगा, राइट? स्नान किया कि नहीं, like that. But when a person grows up, how many of you, your parents are calling you and checking that, okay, Santanu, did you go to washroom today? Huh? Did your mother is telling, Santanu, washroom जा रहा है ना? Huh? No, it is expected that Santanu has grown up. He goes to his washroom, he takes his bath, he drinks his water, he takes his food. That's it. So similarly, you need to all understand that you need to grow up. Let's not get stuck up in the basic things. Then we will not go ahead only in bhakti. You all have to take personal responsibility, take help from each other, and whatever push is required, take help from each other. But you need to grow up in life. And you need to understand that I have joined ISKCON, I have joined the satsang group because I want to attain Krishna. At least that desire has to be there. So that's why there is need, there is greed, but at least we should have a sincere desire to develop the need and also the greed to attain Krishna in life. So at least we need to have desire, and not just desire, we should also act. So it's not that we just desire, okay, ठीक है, मेरे को कृष्ण प्रेम चाहिए, but we need to dedicate time, we need to dedicate energy. अरे एक लड़का को, one boy, if he wants to attain a girl, कितना, how much energy, huh? I see that how much energy the husband and wife they spend just to understand, huh? How much energy just for a bodily relationship. You think all of you are married and some are going to get married. Just think, for a bodily relationship which is so temporary, we don't know when it will go away, how much energy we are putting. अंडरस्टैंडिंग सही होना पड़ेगा प्रभु जी, हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ में अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए समय देना पड़ता है प्रभु जी, करना पड़ता है प्रभु जी. हाँ ठीक है, समय दो, बट देन यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड, वी नीड टू डेवलप रिलेशनशिप विद कृष्णा विच इज इटर्नल, एंड उसके लिए समय नहीं देना पड़ेगा, अंडरस्टैंडिंग को ठीक नहीं करना पड़ेगा. हाँ, so we need to understand we are spending so much of hell lot of time and energy for these temporary relationships which you are going to lose. Don't think that all of you are eternal in this body. You are going to lose. Everyone is going to die, and your relatives, your friends, your family, everyone is going to die, and you will get another family. Samyujante niyujante. You are just like Prahlad Maharaj says, that just like there is grains of sand in a river, they come sometimes together, straws, and then again the straws go away by the force of the water. So similarly, the water which is compared to the bhava pravaha, the material energy, it brings people together in a family and takes them away. So you need to understand this material body is temporary, this material world is horrible, and we need to take serious steps to become serious in Krishna consciousness, and not that we are being pushed and pushed and pushed. Come, 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 chant Hare Krishna. So this force can be given by spiritual master for some time, but you need to really become serious, take personal responsibility, right? To give quality time, dedicate quality time, and spend quality time, even if you are supposed to lose certain things. Agar if you give quality time, what will happen? थोड़ा सा आपको आपका पैसा थोड़ा कम वो करना पड़ेगा, कमाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. इतना जीवन भर तो कितने जीवन से पैसा ही कमा के आए हैं. Yes, how many lifetimes we have served our mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, children. Which life we have not served? Tell me that this life we are doing something unique and different. Nothing. Don't think that this life all of you are doing something unique and different. This is, we have been doing and doing and doing. But most amazing thing that has happened in our life is that this life we have got Guru and Krishna. Let me become serious and take Krishna consciousness seriously. Let me not lose this opportunity that has come to me. We don't know how it has come, but it has come. So that is what I wanted to tell all of you, that please become serious, and please understand that you need to pay the price. You need to pay the price. If you don't want to pay the price, you will not get Krishna in life. And whatever you are doing now will unnecessarily become useless. इतना किया, सब कुछ किया. So if you are anyway going to do, if you are anyway going to chant 16 rounds, why don't chant attentively? If you are anyway going to attend the class, why you just attend to please Sri Nitai Das? You attend to learn something and implement in your life. If you are anyway going to do all these things because somehow or other, हाँ ठीक है करना है, अभी ISKCON में रहना है, so increase the quality of what you are doing. Focus on your life. Focus on how your life is going on. And this is Karthik. I took this class because it's Karthik. I want that all of you in the reading groups, you sit down and discuss how, and personally meditate, and also make some resolutions of how you are going to lead a better spiritual life next year. So you, all of you, do some discussion in the reading group how on a personal basis you, and also in a collective basis, how you are going to practice better spiritual life next year. So, and Kartik is a very good time to actually meditate, be mindful, attentive कि कैसा मेरा भक्ति चल रहा है, भक्ति चल रहा है, रुक गया है, बंद हो गया है, क्या हो गया है, right? So really take out some time and find out, right? And try to take some measures, and also analyze कि last Kartik also, if you remember, I gave the same class that अरे do something and find out, make a plan. So analyze क्या आपने किया, कौन सा प्लान खत्म हुआ, कौन सा प्लान ठीक नहीं हुआ, क्यों नहीं हुआ, क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. Analyze that and try to sort it out. Okay, understand all of us are temporary, and for temporary period of time we have come together. This satsang group is also not eternal, it is also a temporary group created, right? And I am also, this body is temporary, all of your bodies are temporary. Somehow we have come together, and let us really inspire each other, help each other to attain Krishna. Don't become dhila. This material energy is designed to make you dhila, designed to make you forget about Krishna. So don't do like that. You will only lose. What is going to happen to me? Don't cheat yourself. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, is there any question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhalavad Pranam.
Okay.
Prabhuji, you told this materialist society is socially designed. You forget Krishna. It is a very difficult task. But how to overcome this situation, overcome to our mind?
So that's why we take spiritual association very strongly. That's why we have to take satsang class very seriously. We have to take our reading group very seriously. We have to take our yatra very seriously. If you don't take association seriously, you will forget Krishna. It is designed, and that's how Dhruva Maharaj, when he is meeting Krishna, he is telling, Bhakti Muhu Prabhavatam Tvai Me Prasango. I want to attain your devotees association. Parikshit Maharaj is praying, I want your devotees association. Vritrasur is praying, I want your devotees association. Narad Muni, Prahlad Maharaj in front of Narsingh Dev is praying, I want your devotees association. Are they full? Tell me, is Prahlad Maharaj full? Dhruva Maharaj full? And number one, and Prachetas are asking the same thing. Parikshit is asking the same thing. Every prayer in Srimad Bhagavatam by any devotee, the prayer is, how can I be always in association of devotees? And they are hankering for association. We see the Navadvip Vasis, the residents of Navadvip, they would leave all their every occupation for 4 months and come and take association. And we are asking people to come for 4 days in yatra. That is also becoming so difficult. Nahi, Prabhuji, ek din come. And today, this time I saw, we had said ki you come on afternoon of one day until the next last day ka afternoon tak you have to be there. कोई लोग रात तक पहुंचे, कोई लोग सुबह ही निकल गए. So that means you are not serious only. You are not serious. You have to hear it again and again. You are not serious. For 2-3 days you cannot come for yatra seriously, sit down and hear, and you cannot come once in a week to hear and chant Hare Krishna with devotees. Then what you will get? And you are all in illusion only. मेरे को कृष्ण मिलेगा. अरे अक्षय कृष्ण थोड़ी ना मिलते हैं. Is Krishna so cheap? Tell me. Why Krishna is so not? Why Krishna will become so cheap? Krishna is not so cheap. Already Srila Prabhupada has made it so easy, so simple. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has made so simple. Prabhupada has made extra simple, and उसमें भी हम फाकी मारते हैं. Then I think Krishna will not spare us. So we need to understand that this body is designed to forget Krishna, but Krishna also has given a design to remember Krishna. How? The association, Sat Sang. Sat means eternal, Sang means association. If you want to remember the eternal thing, Sat, or reality and not remain in illusion, take Sangha. Association helps us to remain always Sat, in the Sat state, the Suddha Sattva stage. इसलिए सत्संग, सत्संग, नष्ट दुत्संग. We need to give up materialistic association, take association of devotees. Is this clear? Yes, is this clear?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Prabhuji just started the class, which told that essence of life is not just doing the prescribed duties, putting Krishna is a center, but so far we have learned we are in this material world, we have to do our prescribed duties, keep it Krishna at the center. So what is wrong in that? Because I cannot forget all my prescribed duties. I have to do some material activities also. And within that time, if I spend some quality time with Krishna for some spiritual activity, there is nothing wrong with that.
No. So there is nothing wrong in spending, giving time to material activities. Hare Krishna, please mute. So there is nothing wrong in doing the prescribed duties. What is wrong is thinking doing prescribed duty is the goal of life. So if you think doing prescribed duty is goal of life, then you will never retire only from the prescribed duties. And that's how we see people nowadays, they don't retire only. Like I have been telling my father, what you are doing, you are now 74 years old. Why you have gone to my sister's house and you have become in charge of that house? No, I have to do my duty. I became so angry. Is this time to take your duty? Huh? At the age of 70, now, then I asked my father, you tell me what duty your wife is doing as a mother? Dead and gone. Somehow Krishna has given you lifespan till 70, that's why you are jumping on two legs. मेरे को ड्यूटी करना है, डॉक्टर का ड्यूटी करना है. अरे क्या डॉक्टर का ड्यूटी करना है? जीवन भर डॉक्टर का ही ड्यूटी करते रहेंगे और कृष्ण का ड्यूटी गया बाढ़ में. So this is the conception of people. People's conception is the goal of life is to only do duties in Krishna consciousness. This is not the goal. We have to stop our duties also. हो गया, बेटे को जॉब लग गया, बेटी का हो गया, जॉब लग गया, बस finished. Let them and hand over all the property to them. अरे hardly people hand over their properties. They are so much, बाबा बेटे को दे दूंगा, बेटे ख्याल रखेगा कि नहीं? हाँ, मेरे साथ सब रखेंगे चाबी, फिर भी चाबी रखा रहता है पॉकेट में. अरे जब तक चाबी पॉकेट में है तो क्या भक्ति करेंगे? पॉकेट से चाबी हटेगा तो भक्ति चलेगा. This is the problem. So there has to be a program of detachment. Just like we made a program of attachment. Okay, शादी किया, ये किया, सब किया. There has to be a program of detachment. There is no program of detachment in life of people. Why? Because they think this is the goal of life. Indians are mostly pious only. They will not reject God, but they will use God for their material life. Until 70 हो गया, 80 हो गया, 90 हो गया, फिर भी इज थिंकिंग मेरा ग्रैंड डॉटर कब शादी होगा, ग्रेट ग्रैंड डॉटर कब पैदा होगा, यही करने के लिए आए इधर. So after 20, once your kids have got 20, 22 and then finished, you have to, and it's not that immediately you can detach. You have to have a plan. As soon as you attain 45, you should now think, people should start thinking how to slowly wind up. And by 55, 57, you have completely winded up. And by 60, finished. And that is maximum. We have to plan beforehand so that we can wind up by 50, 55 and fully devote to Krishna. That is the problem. So the problem is that we think that the goal is like this. So Ramananda Rai is telling what here is that the goal of material activities is, goal of life is doing material activity in Krishna consciousness. This is not the goal. Goal of life is going back to Godhead. Goal of life is not to stay here. If you cannot detach yourself from your job, from your money, from your little bit of property and hand over the property to your children, what you will attain Krishna? Huh? Why you are bluffing yourself that you will attain Krishna? अरे दो कौड़ी पैसा आप छोड़ नहीं पा रहे हैं. You are not able to give up little bit of money, little bit of property, what you have invested. Okay, if you have invested, I tell all the people who have attained 50, 55, you have invested for your son. Why don't you give to your son and remain free of all responsibilities and chant Hare Krishna? No, 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 Prabhu ji, बर्बाद कर देगा. करने दो, तुम मर जाएगा तो बर्बाद करेगा, बैठेगा ठीक करने के लिए. You will die. Will you check how your son is using your property? Tell me. Is my mother coming? Dead and gone. What my mother is doing for my daughter, for myself? Kuch nahi. Everything goes on. This is illusion. I may seem very bitter to all of you, very crude, but this is how the world is going. And that's why sadhus are required to tell the truth and cut the knot of attachment. Is strong. Prasangam, ajaram is so strong in the people. There is strong attachment. मेरे को करना है, ये मेरा घर है, ये आपका घर नहीं है. ये मेरी पत्नी है, आपकी पत्नी नहीं है. कुछ समय के लिए मिला है, ख्याल रखा, बस खत्म. मेरा पति है, मेरा पत्नी है, मेरा बेटा है, क्या मेरा. So that's why we need to understand that's not the goal of life. The goal of life is to attain Krishna, go back to Godhead. But in between we may have to do what can be done. Yes. So we need to see that all these activities are indispensable part of our life, but they are not life itself. Is this clear? Just like giving an example, going to washroom. How many of you have gone to washroom today? Okay, very good. You are so honest. So let us say in the end of the day, I ask Selja Mataji, what did you do, Mataji, today? I went to washroom, Prabhuji. Oh, you went to washroom? Oh, like that? Oh. At the end of the day, if someone asks, what did you do? Will any foolish person tell that मैं स्नान किया, मैं टॉयलेट किया, मैं नंबर 1 गया? But just because that person, Sarja Mataji, is not telling to Prabhuji कि Prabhuji मैंने स्नान किया, टट्टी किया, नंबर 1 किया, that doesn't mean that वो किया नहीं, वो सब किया, correct? But it is insignificant and indispensable. Now, how many of you are able to understand this example? The material life is insignificant but indispensable. Just like washroom. It is insignificant. It is so insignificant that in your daily activity, if someone at the end of the day asks you कि क्या आप किए दिन भर, आप नहीं बोलेंगे स्नान किया प्रभु जी, खाना खाया प्रभु जी, टॉयलेट गया प्रभु जी, इतना काम किया प्रभु जी. अरे वो काम में नहीं निकाला जाता है, वो तो इनसिग्निफिकेंट है. और क्या किया? क्या आप अपने बॉस को बोल सकते हैं? बॉस पूछता है कि क्या किया आज दिन में? मैं टॉयलेट किया प्रभु जी अच्छे से. ये सुमित प्रभु, हाँ, बोल सकता है ऐसे एलएनटी बॉस को, क्या किया सुमित? तुमको हम सूरत लेके आए, आज तुमने क्या किया? रिकॉर्ड बताओ. सर मैं 3 बार वॉशरूम गया, 2 बार स्नान किया, 4 बार खाना खाया. एक मारेगा, क्या बोल रहा है? So like that it is. The material activities are insignificant, but it is indispensable. It is so insignificant that it is not counted that मैंने कुछ किया. अगर कोई जीवन भर परिवार का भरण पोषण किया, पत्नी का ख्याल रखा, बेटा का ख्याल रखा, बेटी का ख्याल रखा, at the end of the life is asked, what did you do? मैंने पत्नी का ख्याल रखा, बेटा का ख्याल रखा, जॉब किया, वो किया. अरे कुछ किया ही नहीं, बर्बाद कर दिया समय. It is just like at the end of the life, it is asked, If you asked in the end of the day, the boss is asking क्या किया, मैंने टॉयलेट गया, मशरूम किया, तो उसी तरह at the end of the life, if you go back and look to your life, what you did, you just did nothing by taking care of your children, taking care of your father, mother, wife, husband. You did nothing. It's all zero, because again you die, again you start, again you will get another set of father, mother, wife, children, sab kuch, again you work hard. This is the most foolish person. So that's why the material activities are insignificant but indispensable. We have to do it, but we cannot count it as an achievement of our life. We cannot count it. मैंने नौकरी किया, क्या किया जीवन में, नौकरी किया, अरे नौकरी क्या किया, ने क्या किया, बड़ा बिजनेस खड़ा कर दिया, क्या सब बकवास है, इट्स ऑल इनसिग्निफिकेंट. बट क्या किया मैंने जीवन में, आई चैंटेड हरे कृष्णा, दैट इज काउंटेड, दैट इज काउंटेड एज एन एक्टिविटी. Okay, how many of you understood the example of washroom and material activities? How many of you understood that washroom is indispensable? Indispensable मतलब समझ रहे हैं? Indispensable, yes. Anyone can tell the meaning of indispensable?
तो जो अपोजिट करना ही पड़ेगा.
करना ही पड़ेगा, करना ही. हाँ. How many of you understood insignificant? Insignificant मतलब?
No value.
No value. No value means what? It has value. पेट साफ नहीं करेंगे तो हालत खराब हो जाए. करण इज लाफिंग. मतलब वैल्यू है, बट उसको काउंट नहीं कर सकते एक्टिविटी में. एंड ऐसे नहीं कि पेट साफ करना. ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द वॉशरूम. ठीक है, मेरे को भी पेट साफ करना है. ज्यादा गाली मारूंगा पेट साफ नहीं होगा कल. सो पेट, हाँ क्या,
लो वैल्यू.
नहीं, लो वैल्यू नहीं, यू आर नॉट अंडरस्टूड. नहीं, इट हैज वेरी हाई वैल्यू. पेट साफ नहीं हुआ तो गड़बड़ होता है कि नहीं, है? सो इट हैज नो वैल्यू नहीं, लो वैल्यू नहीं, इट हैज नो वैल्यू नहीं, इट इज इनसिग्निफिकेंट. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग नाउ इनसिग्निफिकेंट? मतलब उसको काउंट नहीं कर सकते हैं. एंड ऑफ द डे यू कैन नॉट काउंट इट एज एन एक्टिविटी, दो यू हैव डन इट नॉट जस्ट टुडे बट एवरी डे. समझ में आ रहा है?
It is not as achievement.
हाँ, it's not an achievement. One Hari Bol to Santanu Guru. It's not an achievement. But someone who is constipated, for him it's an achievement. But it's not an achievement. It's not an achievement. This is how we should see our material activities. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending, taking care of children, doing our job. We should see them as going to washroom, which I have to do. There is no option. But at the end of life, ये सब मैं काउंट नहीं कर सकता हूं. I cannot count. I took nice care of my father. ये अचीवमेंट नहीं है, ये तो करना ही था. जस्ट लाइक यू कैनॉट काउंट मैंने टॉयलेट गया, ये कुछ अचीवमेंट नहीं है, इसको बहुत बड़ा बात नहीं, उसको काउंट मत करो. सिमिलरली पिताजी का मैंने ख्याल रखा, अरे ये तो करना ही है. मम्मी का ख्याल रखा, परिवार को भरण पोषण किया, दिस इज नो अचीवमेंट. इज दिस क्लियर? Sorry.
It will not be credited towards spiritual account, basically. Whatever.
Yes.
Do that in,
it is not credited in material account only. This life you did a good job and you did PhD. In next life will you again chant, Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. One for my master, one for my what I forgot. One for the little boy who lives down the lane.
down the lane.
This is how it is. As spiritual क्या material credit में नहीं आएगा, material credit में भी नहीं आएगा वो. Again you have to start the whole process. A B C D, my goodness. बाप रे. Yes, next question. Shama Priya Mataji. Sorry, today I am very graphic. I don't know why, but please forgive me. But sometimes it is required. Actually, illusion is so strong, it's required to. Yes, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavan.
Yes, Dandavan.
Prabhu, just following up on the same question, how do we know where to draw a line? Because it is very easy to get absorbed in these material duties because it seems very, very real. And even I'm seeing my grandparents who are very old, but still they are not unable to draw a line, and I'm scared I will also fall in that same trap. So, how do we know that this is going beyond what is required to do? Because it is very easy to get trapped in it.
Correct. That's why we should understand that. How many of you have seen a pilot flying a plane? So when the pilot and the plane, both of them are flying on air, and second situation is pilot and the plane, they are grounded and the pilot is just sitting in the plane. Where, in which situation you think that the pilot desperately needs the ATC or the air traffic control?
Emergency situation.
कहाँ पे? Emergency, and also when he is flying, correct?
Yes.
When the plane is on the ground, the pilot then also needs ATC, but not so desperately. But if the pilot is flying on the top, then it needs ATC. Similarly, in Grihastha ashram, and also when we are involved in doing job and all those things, we desperately need a person, and we desperately need a person who is out of the entire phantasmagoria. And it's not necessary that we have to, it's not necessary, what I'm telling is, it's not that when we give up or what is most important, that if we are dealing with material energy in whatever way, we need a person whom we have fallen in love with, we can follow, and who is detached from the material energy. Now, what examples you gave, you need to ask in their life, who is that person in their life with whom they are so connected and he is fully detached that they can take guidance, who can pull them out. Just like if you have fallen in a well, actually scriptures, if you read, they consider Grihastha ashram is a deep, dark well in which people once fallen cannot come out by themselves. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. All respect to the Grihasthas. But Grihastha ashram, as described in Srimad Bhagavatam by Sukadeva Goswami and all the scriptures, it's a deep, dark well where one cannot come out of himself. One needs assistance of people who are out of the well. When you are out from the well, then ठीक है, थोड़ा सा घूम सकते हैं, but inside the well, you really need to take help of those who are out of the well. That's why the Grihasthas need the sannyasis who are out of the well, and the sannyasis need Grihasthas for their maintenance. So if the Grihasthas don't have sannyasis in their life, we can say, okay, ठीक है, मेरे बहुत सारे गुरु हैं, but उनके साथ टच में ही नहीं है, गाइडेंस ही नहीं लेते हैं, तो क्या गुरु हुआ है? So we need sannyasis in our life. If we are not just Grihasthas, I will tell you, give a personal example. When I was doing Partha and all, actually when money comes and success comes, it is so intoxicating. I have seen in my life in Partha, growing Partha, the educational institution, and falling down of Partha also in front of my eyes. And the reason was greed for money. Greed for money. So when we started Partha and we were all together and trying to do it, then we had decided that whatever earnings come, minimum 10% we will donate to the temple. Initially there was no earning only, so everything was going fine. And then earning came, money came, and when money came, attachment to money came. And the first thing that happened is, why the sadhus in temple are telling that to give money to temple, I think they are attached to money. Are sadhus are not attached to your money. If you are not attached to sadhu's instruction, you will get attached to money. Your money will result in digging your own grave. And they stopped giving money to temple, and now Partha is not there. Why? Because I think the sadhus are attached to the money. Sadhus are not attached to the money of grihasthas. If the grihasthas understand that my money, my grihastha ashram, my home is my own grave of my spirituality, and I need strong connection with some sadhu who is fully detached, who has nothing to give or take with this world, that you have to find out. Every grihastha, not grihastha, I was not a grihastha that time. I was working and I wanted to become brahmachari, but I understood this principle. Abhi mere paas paisa hai, and I will tell you whatever money I earned. We had calculated, myself and Radheshyam Prabhu sat down and we calculated 15 lakhs. I said, Prabhu, 15 lakhs is not required. I will give some 5-6 lakhs. Ho jayega sab manage. Radheshyam Prabhu said, nahi. Minimum 15 lakhs you have to give and make a home for your father, mother and everything. And then it was decided ki how the money will flow, the 15 lakhs will come. And I was so careful. I said to Radheshyam Prabhu, Prabhu, I don't want money in my account because I am very fearful. If I see the money, then I am little afraid that I may get attached to the money. So immediately the money used to come, and immediately I used to send the entire money to my father. And uska loan clear ho gaya, sab kuch ho gaya, and I will keep only little bit of myself for, and I was constantly in touch with the sadhus so that I don't get attached. So it's not about grihasthas, it's not about brahmacharis, it's about understanding. Just like we are doing management here in, we are temple presidents and management. So we are very clear that while doing management in this world, it is very easy to get completely sucked up in the management. And that's why we need to have someone who is not doing management. That's why we have GVCs in the temple. The GVCs are not involved in management. Then why we have to follow GVC? People can tell ना, अरे वो कुछ करता नहीं है, साल में एक बार आता है, सदुपदेश देके चला जाता है. Why we have to follow Jayapada Swami? Tell me. Why you have to follow Radhanath Swami? अरे वो करता नहीं है, बैठ के तो मैं ही कर रहा हूं सब कुछ. So in this way, all those temple presidents who have become separated from the GVCs, thinking that the GVCs are not doing anything, they have all got attached to their temples. They have done so many nonsense in the temples and created so much of problems. So similarly, not just a grihastha, a temple president also can become attached to the temple and create problem for himself and create problem for the temple. That's what happened in ISKCON Bangalore, correct? First, GVC was taken out of the system. Why GVC is taken out? Because he is against my principles, against my ideology. So it's not just about grihastha ashram. Any ashram, wherever you are, whether you are a boy or a girl or a married or an unmarried or a sannyasi or brahmachari, if you are involving with material energy, you need to have a person whom you are strongly connected, who is not dealing with material energy, who is detached from the entire tabernacle. And if you have love for him, then only you will get saved. And that's what Brahma prays to Vishnu before creating material world. Before creating material world, Brahma prays, and that one chapter is there, prayers for the creative energy. Brahma is praying that I am creating this, my fear is I will get entangled. And then Vishnu says that you take my shelter, because Vishnu is sleeping, detached from the material energy. Udasina bhat. So that's why all grihasthas have to find out Some sannyasis in their life, or someone who is fully detached from their life, who can be a detached observer and give detached guidance, and he may give detached guidance, you need to have love for him and follow him. Then you are saved. Otherwise, material energy, whether you are a grihastha, brahmachari, temple president, it will just meant to suck you. You are able to understand? It's not that grihastha ashram is a deep dark well. Anything can become deep dark well. Your job can be a deep dark well. Your money and acquisition of money, your business, everything can be a deep dark well. Because anything you deal with material energy, it's dangerous. Okay? Is this clear? You need to have someone who is beyond it, who is above it, who is not involved with it. And that's why every temple president needs GVC. Logically speaking, GVC is fully out of the, correct? वो कुछ कर नहीं रहा है. Why we need GVCs? And I have seen, last 20 years I have posted as a here leader, and I have seen so many leaders in ISKCON. All problems in their life have come when they have not followed GVCs, not followed senior superior Vaishnavas, thinking that, अरे वो कुछ करता नहीं है, अरे वो चाहिए तुमको, नहीं तो तुम कुछ कर नहीं पाएगा. If he is not there, you will not be able to do anything. You will get entangled in this material energy. ठीक है? Okay? I hope it is clear. What is clear? Can you tell?
So we are actually stuck in a deep dark well, especially not especially, but so we must have somebody who is out of the well, like sannyasis who are not attached to it and who are above this, so that they can also help. They will help us to come out of that well. And when we love that person and we are ready to follow him, then I think we'll have that kind of shelter also.
Yeah. This is one part of the answer. And the next part I said that Grihastha ashram is just a particular example. It can be anything.
It can be.
It can be your job. It can be your business. It can be running your temple also. It can be managing a temple also. That itself can also become deep dark well, and you may land up into problems. Okay? Yes, Hare Krishna. Yes, next, Uddharan Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, my question is similar to the questions you did. Like, as a Grasta, we are into different responsibilities, you know. Okay, we are following these practices, sitting down and so on, so that we want to elevate it every year also. Right? You told in previous session, we need to elevate those things. So now with these activities, sometimes it becomes really not possible to take up new things and to take new initiative. Like for example, I talk about myself that I want to attend Mangal Aarti, but I'm fearful that if I go attend Mangal Aarti, then my entire day I'll not be able, I'll be sleeping only in the office. So probably how we can elevate it also, and similarly we can make sure that our this life is also not affected. Because yeah, I understand we have to prepare it for the 50 years, but that 50 years of by 50 years of time we will not have that much energy, but that energy which we have right now. So how we can make that balance between the energy which we have at this moment, so that we can properly able to detach ourselves at the age of 15 or 16 years.
Yeah, very good question. Thinking that only I became a brahmachari. Okay. True. So we need to understand that in Grihastha ashram, the duties of family life is there, but you have something which you don't understand. That is your son and children. So you may grow old, but you need to understand your children are growing young. So you cannot come to temple for attending Mangalarti, but if you train your child from childhood to do Mangalarti, so he will get up, he will arrange the paraphernalia, and he will put the ghanti, and then you will get up. And we see in Brahmacharya ashram also that happens. I am also grown old. For me to get up, if I have to go for doing the Aarti, Nitai Gauranga's Aarti, then I have to get up at 3 o'clock. Now doctors have told me that Prabhuji, you have to sleep late. And I have thought so many times that I will get up and do Nitai Gauranga's Mangal Aarti and do little bit of Aarti, but many doctors have told I have to sleep little till 3:45. And if you sleep till 3:45, you cannot go and just do the Aarti. So now there is some young devotees whose bodily needs are little less, and they come and do all the paraphernalia setup. Right? Like in that way, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, at the age of 70, he was able to do Aarti. Why? Because there will be, you will see, if Maharaj will be doing Aarti and one person will be standing. Maharaj ko sab de dega and Maharaj will do, right? So that help Maharaj has in Brahmacharya ashram, that help all of you also have in Grihastha ashram. You have your son and daughter who are like your disciples only. Problem is the parents are so concerned of son's schooling, education, this and that they don't train the sons as disciples. So if you train your son as disciple, he will make the plate. Usko bolo subah उठ के plate बनाना है. Initially you may have to give some rewards. Chocolate मिलेगा अगर plate बनाएंगे तो plate बनाएगा, plate घिसेगा. मैं खुद साफ किया हूँ. I am telling you, all the worship of the home was done by me. बर्तन जो साफ करना भगवान का मैं करता था, फूल लेके आना मैं करता था, दूध लेके आना घर के लिए मैं करता था, शाम में मैं हर दिन सब्जी बनाता था और रोटी को माख के डो बनाता था. एंड आई वाज टॉपर. We don't engage our children in household work. So you need to also understand that though you are growing, and the sannyasis in Brahmacharya ashram also face the same problem as you are facing. That body is growing, how do... So the senior brahmacharis take physical help from the younger brahmacharis. And the parents should train. Now imagine I don't train the young brahmacharis. Then what will happen? Everything I have to only do. But if I train the young brahmacharis who are joining the ashram, they will get trained, and that will be a good help for me, because I know my age will go ahead. Like the health department in our ashram, the health department, mostly it is taken care by the young people below 25, because it requires a lot of energy to serve the sick brahmacharis. So in that way, as Grihastha, you need to understand, okay, you cannot come for Mangalarti to temple in the morning, but you can train your son to get up at 4 o'clock, 4:30. My father, 8:30 you have to sleep. No matter whatever happens, he will switch off all the lights and put me in a room, and my sleep was so light, so 8:30 आपको सोना ही है and 4:30 आपको उठना ही है. Right? From childhood I was trained like this. So if you train your children, son, then वो 4:30 बजे उठेगा, उसको 7:30 बजे स्कूल में जाना है, 4:30 बजे उठेगा, भगवान का बर्तन मांजेगा and फूल करेगा, भगवान को सजाएगा, then you get up and then you worship the Lord. Physically वो कर रहा है and आप chanting करिए, because children don't have to chant 16 round. Parents can chant 16 round. They may chant 1 round, 2 round. बाकी उनको फिजिकल लगाए, बिकॉज उनका बॉडी को फिजिकल नीड बहुत ज्यादा है, उसको करना है. दे हैव टू वॉश द प्लेट्स, वो भगवान को डेकोरेट करना सिखाओ, उनको आरती प्लेट बनाना सिखाओ, आरती करवाना सिखाओ. आप क्या करो? चैंटिंग करते रहो, लास्ट में आके कीर्तन करो. बट पेरेंट्स लोग क्या सोचते हैं, नहीं नहीं नहीं, सुबह का टाइम पढ़ना है, अरे क्या पढ़ेगा, पढ़ना इंपॉर्टेंट है बट ये सब भी इंपॉर्टेंट है, प्रैक्टिकल डिवोशनल आइटम्स में ट्रेनिंग. So you all also have disciples, rather so closely. We may sometimes have disciple and disciple चला जाता है कहीं और दूसरा मंदिर चला जाता है, शादी कर लेता है, हमारा डिसाइपल का हालत खराब हो जाता है. बट आपका तो बेटा कहाँ जाएगा पापा को छोड़ के, वो रहेगा. उसको आप ट्रेनिंग करेंगे अच्छे से तो करेगा. Yes, Udharan Krishna Prabhu. So then maybe in temple you cannot come for Mangal Aarti every day, but you can do in your home. But if you don't teach the son and daughters right now, then they, after certain age, they will not listen. Okay? Like Madhav is there, Sahars is there, Ayan is there, our Prisha is there. They should be trained. All these our kids are there. I saw in the yatra all these kids have come. All these should be trained in practical devotional items, making the plate for the Lord, washing the plate of the Lord, getting flowers for the Lord, and they should arrange the plate, do the Mangal Aarti. Hardly it takes 15 minutes. Yes. Hare Krishna. Yes. Poonam Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, it's a very practical question as a very significant person. So where in one day, like each day of life, I feel that small steps make a big progress. So each day we plan that okay, this much time for the material activities, this much time for the spiritual activities, and this much time, some time has to be allocated. We have some better instructions or some devotional service we have taken by your stricter master. So how we should divide that time? Like, because I heard in some lecture that morning time you should engage in your personal sadhana. Afternoon, this time we should devote to material activities, and then what about the evening time? Like if you can guide us how it should be.
Yeah. So the best part of the best part of the day is actually the Brahma Muhurta. So Brahma Muhurta should be engaged as much as possible in chanting, doing personal sadhana. Now for the ladies, because I'll speak specifically with the ladies because you are asking the question. Now for the ladies, the child has to go to office, child has to go to school and everything, husband has to go to office and all those things. So the ladies should be intelligent. They should plan out the morning before day in the evening itself. Sabji kaat ke fridge mein rakh diya and आधा चीज बना के रख दिया and everything is done, so that next day morning their cooking time and all takes less time and they can at least chant some rounds in the morning, and when the children go to office and all, then they can chant their rounds whatever, and then in the daytime they can do their work, complete their rounds, and in the evening we need to understand that we need to give time to the children. They have come back from the school, let them, and some time we can give in the evening for a little bit of reading or a little bit of preaching. And on the weekends we have 2 days holidays. Saturday we give for family and Sunday we give for exclusively for service. So in this way we can divide the entire week. In the daytime, morning for chanting, whatever chanting is remaining in the daytime for the ladies, and in the evening time give time to children and spend time, make them sit. You make the child sit and you also hold a book. You will see all mothers अगर ऐसा करेंगे सब बच्चा पढ़ेगा, क्योंकि वो देख रहा है माँ भी पढ़ रही है. मम्मी क्या करती है, बेटा पढ़ो पढ़ो, और क्योंकि सांस भी कभी बहू थी, पढ़ेगा ही नहीं वो, पढ़ेगा ही नहीं वो. मम्मी क्या करती है, बेटा पढ़ो 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 पढ़ो, मोबाइल देखती रहती है, वो पढ़ेगा ही नहीं. He will not read only. If the mummy is reading, beta bhi padega. Papa is reading. I am telling all the fathers, you are telling you don't get time for reading Prabhupada books. You make your son sit down, उसको पढ़ाओ, साइड में बिठा के उसको दो, and खुद प्रभुपाद बुक खोलो, वो पढ़ेगा. Because children are best imitators. Best imitators. If they see parents studying, they will study. You are only so engaged in mobile, and then parents complain, बेटा मोबाइल छोड़ नहीं रहा है, तुम पहले छोड़ो. First you give up mobile. So both things will be achieved. Giving time to the son, उसका पढ़ाई करना, उसका देख लेना, उसको मैथ्स का एक सम दे दो, 10 तो सम दे दो, एंड वो 10 तो सम करने के लिए आधा घंटा तो ले गया. एंड देन यू रीड हाफ एन आवर प्रॉपर बुक. देन ही इज ऑल्सो सीइंग, अरे पापा भी पढ़ रहे हैं, आज शायद पापा अलग मूड में है, पढ़ना पड़ेगा. मम्मी अलग मूड में है, पढ़ना पड़ेगा. बट इफ यू गिव देम टास्क एंड यू गो फॉर योर ओन वर्क, then that is not going to happen. You also have to sit with them and read with them. You read some Prabhupada books, you hear some lectures, you make some notes. अरे मम्मी भी नोट बनाती है, तो मेरे को भी नोट बनाना पड़ेगा टीचर का. That's how it is. It works like that. If I don't hear from my spiritual master, how can I tell all of you to hear from me? It's not possible. It will not work. So children are best imitators. So in the evening time, we should give time to children, give time to husband, and also during the time giving to children, उनको जो पढ़ाते समय आप किताब पढ़ के पढ़ सकते हैं. And then all the grihasthas should make it a point that dinner they should take together, because lunch very difficult in the weekdays to take together. Breakfast very difficult to take together. Breakfast is just gulping down. हाँ खा के दौड़ो स्कूल के लिए, ऑफिस के लिए. So we should make it a point that before dinner we take 10 minutes, 5 minutes to do some Sandhya Arati, right? Little bit of 5 minutes, 10 minutes of Sandhya Kirtan, and close the altar and take dinner together. So if you take dinner together, whatever, relationships and all, it sweetens. Taking dinner together, taking food together is a very important principle Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita through his example pastimes. So we must take dinner together, do a little bit of kirtans in the evening, and then do dinner together. So in this way weekday goes, and Saturday we can go for purchasing and doing all those things, going to park, spending some time. The fathers can take their children to the park and play with the children in the Saturdays. And Sunday you do render devotional service to temple and whatever service has been given. So in this way, the weekdays and the weekends can go in Krishna consciousness, and you can do your personal sadhana also, and you can also take care of the kids. Is this clear? Oh, you can.
Sorry, my battery.
No problem.
But
Hare Krishna. Yes, last Siddhi Rupa Mataji, then Sumit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji,
yes.
In that class, you have mentioned 4 progressive orders, how we can, feel ready to do bhakti, right, Guruji? So, Guruji, I have seen when we have problem in our life, like family members are not supporting, especially जब वो कुक करते हैं ना, देखते हैं कितना दिन तुम्हारा ये भक्ति टिकेगा, तब ना प्रभु जी ये जो एटलीस्ट 3 ऑर्डर मेंटेन करना बहुत इजी हो जाता है. वैष्णव के पीछे दौड़ना, अब बताइए क्या करना है, इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉलो करना भी बहुत इजी हो जाता है. इवन डांट भी पड़ता है तो कुछ नहीं लगता है, बिकॉज आई नो इफ आई फॉलो माय स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर एंड डिवोटीज, देन आई हैव द होप दैट आई कैन, मतलब मैं भक्ति में टिक पाऊंगी. लेकिन प्रभु जी जब family members are supporting, at this case ना प्रभु जी we have the mentality, मतलब unconsciously वो आ जाता है कि we take bhakti for granted, like प्रसाद भी मिल जा रहा है, हम चैंटिंग भी कर ले रहे हैं, हम जैसे लेक्चर मतलब चैंटिंग, रीडिंग, हियरिंग सब कुछ हो जाता है. पर स्टिल हम वो एनर्जी फील नहीं करते हैं। जो एनर्जी जब हमको प्रॉब्लम रहता है उस सिचुएशन में जो एनर्जी हम फील करते हैं, वो एनर्जी हम जब हमको सपोर्ट मिलता है वो एनर्जी हम फील नहीं करते। क्यों ऐसा होता है? दिस इज माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन। एंड सेकंड क्वेश्चन, हाउ टू मेक progress in bhakti when everything is like the surroundings is very good? At that situation also we can progress our bhakti.
Correct. So the world we are staying is a relative world. So we generally relate things and come to conclusion. So sometimes we are put in a obstacle in devotional service and we try to relate कि उस समय I was more serious and now I may not be more serious, because we are trying to relate to that situation, this situation, and we need to first come out of the duality that okay, ठीक है, and compare that situation you were performing devotional service and this situation where situations have all little materially become easy, we can also perform devotional service. And how to perform devotional service? We take personal inconveniences. Like in the beginning, you are fighting with your inconveniences which has come from the situations. But then later on, your life settles down. What you do? You try to settle down others' life. Right now, your life has settled down. Take responsibility of some people whose life has not settled down, whose bhakti has not settled down. Try to help them settle down in their bhakti. This is taking personal inconveniences for the service of the spiritual master and Krishna. And you do that, you will see there will be a lot of inconveniences. And again your bhakti will become tibra. And that's how preaching is important. Preaching always helps us to remain active in devotional service, because we are after some years we will see everything goes normal. My husband is a devotee, my wife is a devotee, prasadam is there in home, and so then if everything is normal in your life, try find out people in whose life things are not normal and try endeavoring to make their life normal. Just like when your life things were not normal, someone took step to make it normal, correct? To give you guidance, to help you, right? So similarly, as an act of gratitude, we should also do the same thing. Now my life has become normal by mercy of the devotees and Guru and all. It is my responsibility to help others' life become normal. And that's why a devotee should do preaching. Preaching always keeps you active in devotional service. At least we should have 1 or 2, 3 persons whose life is not normal and whose life we are trying to make normal. Is this clear? Srila Prabhupada's life was fully normal in Vrindavan. But he personally took that responsibility of not trying to help others' people's life become normal. Okay? Yes. Sumit Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu ji.
हाँ, हरि बोल, please.
प्रभु जी मेरे 2 क्वेश्चन है प्रभु। तो आज की कक्षा में जैसा आपने बताया प्रभु, जो मटेरियलिस्टिक एक्टिविटीज हैं उसको कंपेयर किया गया, जस्ट लाइक द एक्टिविटी व्हाट वी डू बाय गोइंग इनटू द वॉशरूम। बट प्रभु मेरा इसमें थोड़ा सा मेरा एक जो डाउट क्रिएट हो रहा है प्रभु जी, वो मैं पूछना चाह रहा हूँ। जैसे 12वें अध्याय में भी भगवान बोलते हैं अर्जुन को कि तुम यू डू द डिवोशनल लविंग डिवोशनल सर्विस टुवर्ड्स मी, बाय डूइंग सो यू विल अटेन मी। बट उसके बाद ये भी बोलते हैं कि अगर तुम मेरे ऊपर ध्यान नहीं लगा पा रहे हो, देन यू एटलीस्ट ट्राई टू फॉलो द रेगुलेशंस गिवन बाय द स्क्रिप्चर्स। बाय डूइंग सो आल्सो यू विल बी एबल टू हैव अ डिजायर टू अटेन मी। अगर वो भी नहीं कर पा रहे हो, देन एटलीस्ट यू ट्राई टू डू द वर्क फॉर मी। और वो भी नहीं कर पा रहे हो तो एटलीस्ट जो उसका रिजल्ट है, यू ऑफर दैट रिजल्ट टुवर्ड्स मी।
Yes.
तो अभी जो आज जो हम लोग कक्षा में सीखे प्रभु, तो हाउ आई शुड कंसिडर इट कि जो भी काम मैं कर रहा हूँ, इवन इफ आई एम डूइंग समथिंग एंड आई एम offering that activity to the Lord, then in that case also can it be considered having no credit towards spiritual journey, and is it still insignificant, Prabhu? That is my first question. And second, Prabhu ji, जैसे आपने example दिया washroom का, तो I consider a second example like sleep. Okay, or in our yatra, so many things were being done in a background. Which actually resulted in the success of the yatra also. Maybe we were planning to have a chanting in the morning. That was our clear-cut outcome that everybody was seeing. But at the back end, the devotees were cooking the prasadam in the late night and all. So maybe that can be considered as an insignificant because direct outcome nobody is seeing. But it has actually resulted into the success of the overall yatra. In the similar way, if we take a sleep and if we consider the sleep is insignificant, so why I should sleep for 6 hours? I should sleep less and then. But ultimately, what will happen the next day, like Udaran Krishna Prabhu was telling, that we will feel sleepy in the office. And if we are now trying for a bhakti today chanting, so I will not be able to chant properly because I will be feeling sleepy. So it has an indirect what I should say that support towards our ultimate objective of the day activities, maybe the bhakti and all. So how to consider that, Prabhu? These two questions I have.
Correct. So I think you are focusing in the question about insignificant part, but I didn't just mention that it is insignificant. I also added another point. It is indispensable. So this sleep or the management or in yatra or sleep in our personal life or working in the company or all, these are all indispensable. We have to do it. We cannot give it up. But if we think that this is the goal of life, if we think goal of yatra is to just come and do the management of the yatra and eat nicely and sleep, ho gaya. So that is what Ramananda Rai is telling to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is replying back to Ramananda that, oh Ramananda, the goal of life is not to do the material activities in spiritual way. Then it is material only. It's a material outlook towards life. The goal of life is to practice bhakti and go back to Krishna. So these activities are not just insignificant, they are indispensable. मतलब करना ही है. If I don't sleep, then I will definitely next day have problems in my chanting and all those things. That means it is important that I sleep. But if I say that I slept nicely and it is nice, then it is a problem. So if why I am sleeping? I am sleeping so that I can perform my devotional service properly. Why I am taking care of the family? So that I can perform devotional service properly. And that's how we see so many people take care of family very nicely, but then don't perform devotional service. They have very good family. I'll tell you, I'll give an example. In the airport, how people waste time. In Karan Prabhu's home, I was there. Karan Prabhu's home, I was chanting, and in front there was one person sitting. Morning 2 hours I chanted. 2 hours in the morning he was with his mobile. And then people say they don't have time to chant Hare Krishna. And then in the airport I saw a person, young man only. In airport, Delhi airport, there are walkers. You have seen walkers? Because it's long, then you have to just stand and walk and then it will take you. There are walkers. So this person is, the walker is going in this direction and he is walking in this direction and playing. And he is a young man. And I was just thinking, अरे क्या इतना time अगर है बैठ के chanting करो, थोड़ा सा कुछ करो. So when the goal is not clear, na, then when time is there also will not be able to utilize it in a productive spiritual way. एक तो है टाइम नहीं है, दूसरा है टाइम जब है इच्छा नहीं रहता है भक्ति करने का. क्यों? क्योंकि टाइम को निकालना पड़ता है. If we don't take out time for Krishna consciousness, why we are not taking out time for Krishna consciousness? Why the people are not taking out time? Because they think that just I am doing the material activities in a spiritual way, I am doing it enough, mera ho gaya. That's what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling to Ramananda Rai, that your explanation that just doing material activities in a spiritual way will make people stuck in that way only. They will not grow up. Like you are telling now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Krishna has said 1, 2, 3, 4. But the goal is not to remain in the fourth. Goal is, अगर fourth में है तो third में आना है, third में है तो second में आना है, second में है तो first में आना है ना. तो Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling that if you just perform devotional service, if you think that मैंने एक परिवार का भरण पोषण कर दिया, परिवार को कृष्ण के सेवा में लगा दिया, कृष्ण के अंदर, और मैं कर्म कर लिया, कर्म की कुछ फल को भगवान को दे दिया, तो वो फोर्थ लेवल है. बट फोर्थ लेवल से थर्ड लेवल भी आना है ना. वो कैसे आएंगे? ऐसे आएंगे. कैसे आएंगे? फर्स्ट तो आपका कंसेप्शन, द पर्सन हैज टू चेंज द कंसेप्शन दैट दिस फोर्थ लेवल इज नॉट गोल ऑफ लाइफ. फर्स्ट लेवल इज गोल ऑफ लाइफ. So if I do not have a goal in life, then I will not move ahead. If I think fourth only is the goal of life. So what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling to Ramananda Rai, that okay, fourth level may be there. People may be there in the fourth level. But if the people in the fourth level think that that's the goal of life, then there is a problem. Fourth is not the goal of life. Okay, I am now in Grihastha Ashram, I may have to devote more time to my children, more time to my job. But if I think that is the goal of life, then when I will be at 50, then I will not retire. So, but if I think during the Grihastha Ashram, अरे गोल है बहुत अच्छे से भक्ति करना, 24 घंटा भगवान की भक्ति करना, अगर ये गोल रहेगा मेरा, अभी तो मेरे पास समय नहीं है, 8 घंटा तो जॉब में जा रहा है, 6 घंटा तो सोने में जा रहा है, 14 घंटा हो गया, फिर परिवार का भरण पोषण इसमें चला जा रहा है, अभी मैं बस 1 घंटा सुबह दे पा रहा हूं. पर भगवान मेरे को पता है जीवन में 1 घंटा देना आपको सही नहीं है, आपको 24 घंटा देना है. तो ये अगर गोल रहेगा तो 50 के बाद आदमी 24 घंटा की ओर जाएगा. पर गोल ही रहेगा 1 घंटा देने का भगवान को, तो मर भी जाएगा, वो 24 घंटा कभी नहीं देगा, वो नंबर 1 लेवल पे आ नहीं पाएगा. सो भगवान ने स्टेप बनाया, पर भगवान बोले कि इस स्टेप से ऊपर भी आना है. एंड दैट्स व्हाई आवर गोल शुड बी देयर कि वन डे बिफोर लिविंग दिस बॉडी, दिस लाइफ, ये शरीर छोड़ने से पहले मैं फर्स्ट लेवल में आऊंगा. अभी मैं फोर्थ लेवल में हूं, बट मैं कोशिश करूंगा फर्स्ट लेवल पे आना. एंड उसके लिए अभी से चेयर तैयार करना पड़ेगा. नॉट दैट हम तुरंत जंप मार के फर्स्ट लेवल पे आ सकते हैं, धीरे धीरे करना पड़ेगा. We have to start slowly and take steps, and we have to plan out. That's why I am telling in Kartik, we should sit down and plan कि मैं किस लेवल पे हूं और किस लेवल पे आना चाहिए. And there has to be some program that at the end of 55 I retire and I have settled the things and I have come to the first level. That पूरा time कृष्ण को दूंगा मैं. So that plan everyone we should make. एंड वो तो तुरंत नहीं होगा. ऐसे नहीं कि 54 में प्लान करेंगे और 55 में रिटायर होंगे, वो नहीं होने वाला है. 35 में प्लान करेंगे और 35 to 36 थोड़ा सा बढ़ेगा, 36 to 37 थोड़ा और बढ़ेगा, 37 to 38 थोड़ा और बढ़ेगा, तो 55 तो पूरा हो पाएगा. करेक्ट? स्टेप बाय स्टेप ना. सो दैट्स व्हाट इज बीइंग टोल्ड. एंड रिगार्डिंग इनसिग्निफिकेंट, yes, it is insignificant. The material duties are insignificant, but they are indispensable. We have to do it. And at the end of the life, we cannot count on the material activities. That's what being spoken. Though we have to do it, we have to take care of children. But at the end of life, we cannot tell, oh, मैंने परिवार का भरण पोषण कर दिया तो मैंने बहुत बड़ा कुछ कर लिया. We didn't do anything. They are insignificant. But there is a step. It is in the fourth step, taking us to the first step. Okay? 4th स्टेप में हमको फर्स्ट स्टेप जाना है. That's what Krishna is telling. Okay, is this clear?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, all the best. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpataruvasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo ananta koti vaishnava vrinda ki jai. Vaishnav Thakur ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.